Yo, what's happening guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to Rowrah kart circuit, located in the Lake District in Cumbria. Probably one of the most beautiful kart tracks in the country, if not the most beautiful kart track in the country. Deffo up there with tracks like GYG. So Rowrah is located in the Lake District, inside an old quarry with a lake right next to it in the track. The track has lots of elevation, fast corners, slow corners, lots of places you can overtake to. Therefore, one of my favourite tracks in the country. So in this new series, we're going to be going through some of the older races I've done throughout the year. Some of the races I've just not had the time to upload, or maybe I've just lost the footage. And in this one, we were taking part in a round of the Elite Karting Series, which is run by Luke Battersby. This is a championship I was racing in this year. Really enjoyed my time in this championship. Running through the format, basically we had a 9-minute practice session, and then at the end of that practice session you go straight into a one-shot qualifying. And that one-shot qualifying basically decides your positions for the first race. After that you have 3 sprint races. Your first race positions are determined by your one-shot qualifying, and the second and third race qualifying positions are based off your fastest lap in the race before. And then your points are added up throughout the 3 races. That determines your finishing position overall. Now let's jump straight into one-shot qualifying. Just a quick disclaimer as we jump into qualifying. At this point in the championship, I was racing in the lightweight class despite being a heavyweight driver myself. I basically just chose to drive in the lightweight class just because I thought it'd be a lot harder and I thought it'd be quite more fun. But yeah, you might hear me complain about that quite a lot in this video. But let's jump straight into a lap of Rowrah, and I'll run you through a lap right here. So going up into the first few corners, it's a nice little chicane. Use the curb on exit. That's kind of like the Eau Rouge of karting. Into the first hairpin, big braking zone, hit the apex. Didn't run it as wide as you could have, but to be fair, people were getting punctures, so I tried to avoid that. Into the second hairpin, nice apex there. Now on to the biggest straight of the track right now. Move the seat a little forward just because I like a little bit more front end. Got a nice long right hander, hit the second apex, run the curb on the exit there. Now into one of my favourite parts of the circuit, down into this fast right hander, straight into this left hander here. Kept it nice and smooth throughout. Now going into the last part of the circuit, coming across the line, taking the shortest route across the line. And that lap was 58.7. So with that lap we managed to qualify 3rd in class. And we basically had some junior drivers on track, but we were doing some staggered starts, so they would go about 10-20 seconds before us and we would go right after them. But as I mentioned, I was racing in the lightweight class despite being a heavyweight, so had I been racing in heavyweights, my lap time was good enough for pole position. Unfortunately, because it was so hot at Rowrah, the karts were overheating, so they had to take us out of the newer fleet of karts and we were put into an older fleet, and we basically had 3 fleets of karts on track. And as you can tell, I'm in quite an old kart. As you go into the first hairpin, full lock left, the kart just does not want to turn at all, and we've dropped down to 3rd. So basically we had 3 fleets of karts. We had the newest fleet, which were the quickest, had the freshest tyres, but they were overheating. And then we had the fleet in the middle, which were pretty mid to be fair, and then we had the oldest fleet, which as you can tell I'm in quite an old kart. The steering wheel looks like it's from the 1980s or something. But to be fair, the kart in this one wasn't that bad. A few laps later and we've caught back up to the back of Barry and Tom. and we're looking for any mistakes they might make, or maybe we can make a move on them. As we're going down here into the fast right-hander, I go for a move into this left-hander. Basically I've just seen Jamie done it in our practice session, but you kind of have to push the other driver wide if you want to get through, and there's no way for me through, and Lewis gets through as well. So we've basically lost out on that, and we've also lost time to Barry in P1. So now I'm right behind Lewis here. I just signal to him, you know, I can work together with you. Hopefully we can catch up to the back of Barry again, and maybe we can make some moves together. He gives me the thumbs up there. Now let's see what we can do. Now a few laps later, Tom is looking for a move on Barry here. Unfortunately, he does push him a bit wide, so Barry loses out on that, and we move up into P3. Going into the first hairpin, Lewis is looking for a switchback on Tom. We really had nowhere to go. We kind of go into the back of Lewis a bit. You see Lewis is trying to go around the outside of Tom here, manages to get it done, holds his momentum, and with a little bit of human DRS manages to get past him too. Now we're stuck behind Tom once again. Now jumping onto the next lap, right behind Tom, looking for a switchback on him here. Hopefully maybe we can do the same move Lewis done. Unfortunately we don't have the power. So coming out of the second hairpin, he makes a little bit of a mistake, so we managed to get alongside and get the move done. Now I'm asking Tom to work together with me, and hopefully we can catch up to the back of Lewis again. Now a couple laps later, as you can see, we're catching up to a few junior drivers who basically had the staggered starts with us, and they started about 20 seconds ahead. So as I get caught out a bit there, use a bit more curb than you want to, and I run out wide and Tom gets through. In the next lap we catch up to this junior driver. I don't think he realises we're not racing him, or we're not in the same class. He defends from us. Tom loses out there, and I managed to get the move done. Now skipping on 2 laps later, we catch up to a few more junior drivers, and I had a feeling I might get caught out like Tom does. However, we just make the lunge up the inside, and the other driver runs wide and realises he's not racing us and points us through. And with that, I knew we couldn't catch up to Lewis, as he takes his win and we take home P2. So I was pretty happy with that, to be fair, considering I am weighing about 10 kg heavier than all the drivers I'm racing. It was pretty good. Now jumping into heat 2, our lap time for the first heat was good enough to qualify second for heat 2, just behind Lewis. Unfortunately missed out on pole by about 1/100th of a second. However, as we're going to find out in this one, we pulled a bit of a dud kart. The fact the steering wasn't even straight wasn't even our biggest problem. As we immediately skip on about a few laps later, you can see Lewis is completely gone. Got Tom, who's caught up to us, completely drives around the outside of us. As we go into hairpin 2, almost kill him there, but he manages to pull away, and as you can see how he's pulling away, he drops us by about 10-20 car lengths down that straight. However, luckily for me, the driver in P3 was defending quite hard, so it took everyone else quite a bit of time to catch up to me. As Jamie gets through there, didn't really fight Jamie too hard, as he's my teammate in the championship and he was doing quite well, to be fair. Now unfortunately, as we skip towards the end of the race, somehow managed to finish P4 despite having a kart that was about 2 seconds off the pace, so that was quite surprising. Luckily the guys behind were fighting quite a bit, so I just got my head down and put the laps in. Now unfortunately with our dud kart from that heat, that meant we qualified quite low down for heat 3. I think we qualified in about P9 or P10, I'm not sure, as somebody just flies past us there. I'm not sure if his rowing technique works or if his kart's just a rocket. Looking for a move into hairpin 1. Fortunately we just miss out there. And now once again in this one we didn't pull one of the greatest karts. However, because the staggered starts did not work properly, the juniors were sent out quite early, and at this point they've caught up to lap us, and you can see we're going about 3-4 wide. It was getting quite hectic, to be fair. I was looking to make moves wherever I could, just due to the fact that I've had some pretty decent finishes in the first 2 heats. If I can manage maybe a top 5, top 6 finish, I could get onto the podium. As you can see there, Barry gets pushed off a bit wide here, and I knew what was coming, to be fair. Barry tries to take out the driver ahead, but unfortunately gives him a bit of a boost and spins himself round. Now you can see Freddie giving us his best human DRS here, manages to get past us here. And now let's run you through a lap behind Freddie. You'll just be able to see the kart difference. As you can see, we've pulled one of the oldest fleet, and the tell on this day was basically if you got a kart with coloured pedals, that was one of the quickest karts. The older fleet were usually quite bad, and the middle fleet was in the middle. So into the last corner, gain a bit on Freddie there, going over the start finish line, staying a bit equal, into the first chicane, keep it pinned, use the last curb and exit there. He's pulling away a bit here, into hairpin 1, gained a couple kart lengths. Whether he pulls it back on exit here. Now you can see he's eking away 2-3 kart lengths. Into hairpin 2, he makes a bit of a mistake. We've gained a kart length there. However, unfortunately, just didn't have the kart under me in this one, and he manages to pull away slightly. Into the final corner here, we gain a bit there. Call right up to the back of him again. Now into this fast right, and into the left, we gain on the brakes here. He pulls slightly on exit there. Now going into the final corner, we stay pretty equal. Once again, like the race before, in this one I was lapping about 2 seconds off compared to my first 2 races. It's just unfortunate that this is rental karting basically. However, after this race, I think we ended up in about P8 or P9. However, because of the positions moving quite a bit and people getting penalties and whatnot, we managed to finish P4 overall. I think we were only a few points off the podium. It's just a bit unfortunate. We are also weighing heavier than everyone, so yeah, it wasn't the best from me. Big congrats to Lewis on his first win, and Tom and my teammate Jamie on the podium. And after this round we were actually sat second in the lightweight Northern Championship, despite weighing about 10 kg heavier than most drivers. However, after this one we do decide to switch over to the heavyweight class, and if you subscribe and like this video and stay tuned, I should get that video out for you quite soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.